This Week with the Roses. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Kelly, and today's your Saturday, November 27th episode. We just checked the date before we came on. I already forgot. I think it's the 27th.
Yeah. We're still on turkey time. So.
Yes, this is your first holiday podcast.
Yeah. So you had a real long time off. You've been off since Wednesday.
Well, I had Wednesday off, which is new for our school system.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, we would work half a day Wednesday and leave at 1, and then they decided this year to give us the whole day, so thank you, because it was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice to have the whole day before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving, and then, I mean, it's a little bit of a bummer that tomorrow is the last day.
Yeah.
But they gave us the Wednesday of Christmas week off, too, which we were supposed to work that whole day, and now we don't have to work that day at all, so yay. So that's like a week and a half of vacation. That is what I'm trucking for right now. The countdown starts. Holidays are fun, though, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good, but it has been nice to have.
Kids will probably be banging off the walls here shortly, but
they're always banging off the walls.
Yeah.
Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then we come back, and it's Valentine's Day, and they don't ever stop, so. Anyway, so it has been nice to have some extended time off, although I've gotten up kind of early every day.
Mm-hmm.
Been up before you go to work.
Yeah. So. Which is, again, without an alarm clock, that's pretty unusual.
Yeah, my body's just waking me up at like 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I might make it a point to try to sleep in.
Yeah.
Since it's my last day. Are you tired?
I'm a little tired. I mean, it's, for me, I've been working, so, you get if you get a chance to work at a call center,
pass.
But
Kevin's favorite. I'm going to put it on his tombstone.
Yeah. I thought you were going to put he did what he could.
Kevin was really busy though Thanksgiving, having Wednesday and Thursday off, and he did most of the heavy work.
Yeah.
Around here for Thanksgiving, getting things ready, and I mean, I made the turkey, but you were a big help getting that done and just getting the dishes clean and all that kind of stuff. It's just tiresome.
Yeah.
And we had really a small Thanksgiving because we had just my mom and dad and my brother and us. So
yeah. We had a visitor stop by, but they didn't eat her or anything. She used to live here, Cindy.
My cousin.
Yeah. And that was fun. She's fun.
It was good to see her.
It was good to see her. And then, but that was it. The last few years we've had people here.
We didn't have anybody here last year.
No one was here last year.
No, Jen and Paul were supposed to come.
And they did,
and we canceled because it wasn't safe to gather.
Yeah.
Even my sister wasn't allowed in the house during the COVID.
Yeah.
So we didn't have anybody here last year. It was just us. And then again this year.
The year before that is when we had like two of your cousins.
Yeah. I mean, we had a bunch of people, but I think those days of hosting the big meals are over.
Yeah.
Outside of like my immediate family.
Yeah.
Or your immediate family, but I think like.
Well, that's difficult this year because usually we go up for Little Christmas, what we call Little Christmas, because none of us are ever able to get Christmas Day off. That's very rare. So we do what we call Little Christmas, which is a day where we all can get off. This year, that's the 18th. We're going up the route to, I always say Richmond. It's really New Kent, to hang out with my brothers and do our gift exchange. It'll be the first one without Mom. So,
yeah. It'll be good to be back together with your family, though.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting because when we were doing the Thanksgiving meal, my mom since we've been married, has been giving us stuff for the kitchen from QVC or wherever, but mostly from QVC, and we use it, and we used a lot of it this week. And
we did every time we took it out. Kevin's like, "Thanks, Mom."
Yeah.
So we did use a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We use a lot of it in our everyday cooking anyway, but some party things that you take out, your pie plates and things like that.
The centerpiece for all of the
all the
eatables.
snackies and
the
cool kids these days call that a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Where we just called it cheese and crackers and pepperoni. But so Not much. We actually ended up putting the Christmas tree up. We were going to put it up on Wednesday, but Wednesday was just too busy.
Yeah.
And then so Thursday we got the turkey in the oven by like 9:30, and then I shouldn't say Kevin put the Christmas tree together and put all the lights on it.
The fun thing about the Christmas tree is every year we try to figure out a new way to do it, because the way our living room is arranged, we're always thinking, well, there's got to be a way we can do something different.
One whole wall in the family room is not usable to put furniture on because there's like a big window that overlooks the deck, and then there's a door that goes out to the backyard. And then right next to that is a fireplace, and then there's a built-in bookshelf.
Yeah.
So like that, and it's a long room. It's like 24 feet or whatever. It's a long room.
But it's not wide. It's maybe only,
like it's
12
18.
and a half. Yeah. 18,
yeah, whatever. So you really can't put furniture or anything up against
one of the
that
wall. One of the whole long walls.
So that just and then another one of the short walls is like a countertop. It's like a half wall that looks into the kitchen. So you can't put your TV or anything up on that wall.
We tried and it didn't work out.
Yeah, because when you're in the kitchen, you're just seeing all the back of the TV, which is horrible. So that really only leaves 2 walls to actually put your TV and your furniture. It's just a weird, it's a difficult room. And we need a lot of seating because when we're all here, there's like 9 people and, you want somewhere for everybody to sit. So there's one spot where the tree works. And every year we're like, maybe we should try a new spot. And Kevin will lug around some chairs and we can put this over here and move this. And then we'll start setting the tree up. And we're like, no, that's not going to work because the tree is huge. If we had a smaller tree, we would have more options.
I'm not doing that. I love that tree. I love the size of the tree.
Well, we need it because we have so many ornaments. We can't hardly fit them all on there now.
Yeah. I mean, sooner or later, we're going to have to do the travel tree.
I don't know where we would put unless we took that and we put one right there. Yeah. A skinnier tree that you could get around when you're in this room. But we have a really beautiful picture window in the dining room. That a tree would be beautiful. You'd see it from the street, but we don't spend much time in here. So
yeah. And
we like to look at our Christmas tree.
Yeah, we like to look at our Christmas tree. I'm not here to show it off to the people across the street.
Yeah, we don't really have a tree that just has like pretty ornaments. It's got a theme. Our Christmas tree has like ornaments from when I was a baby. Yeah, I mean, there are 45-year-old ornaments on that tree.
Yeah.
And then like when we got engaged and when we got married and like, it's just wherever we traveled, all of the ornaments on our tree tell stories.
And that's where I was thinking we could do a travel tree because we have ornaments from Nashville, from Memphis, from
Myrtle
Beach,
Shenandoah.
I
mean, anywhere we travel, that's usually what we try to get is ornaments for the tree. We've got so many ornaments now. We can't even put them all on our Christmas tree.
Yeah, some of them have to be retired. Last year we retired Buzz Lightyear because of the...
Did we put Buzz Lightyear on the tree this year?
Was he on?
Did he?
No. He retired because
his wings got busted.
You're thinking of Marvin. Marvin's still on the tree. Oh, yeah. Marvin the Martian.
We're going to do a Christmas episode where we will
talk about
all of the stuff on our tree. But so we got the tree with the lights up on Wednesday. And then Thursday, after we were done eating dinner, we kicked back and Kevin and Michael I unwrapped all the ornaments because when you put it away, every ornament has to be wrapped in bubble wrap and there's like 3 big containers. So I unwrapped them all and Kevin and Mike put them all up on the tree. And we put a few items out. This was so funny because we have some decorations for the house that, again, go back to when I was a child and they have to be put out. Mm-hmm. And so we unpacked them and we put them out and we were putting stuff on the TV stand and I'm like, just put it up because someone's going to come along and move it and reorganize it. And it's happened like every day. Those pieces are in a different arrangement.
The deer, I noticed that.
So
like I thought I was being all clever because we got this one Santa that's looking at a baby Jesus. Beautiful.
It's one of my favorite things.
Chotsky is, awesome. And I thought, well, here's the way this ceramic deer, who looks like if you're just looking at it, it looks like it's a plush deer, but it's really ceramic.
My
It's
mom
awesome.
painted it.
Yeah. But it kind of looks like it's looking down at something. So I arranged it so the deer's looking at baby Jesus. I'm like, that's brilliant shit right there. Now, put right up on top.
Well, we had 2 of the deer, because there's 4 in the set. We had 2 on the top shelf, 2 on the bottom shelf, and now they're all lined up on the top shelf. And then they were facing one direction. Now they're facing in another direction. And I think it's just becoming one of those. I knew it was going to get tinkered with, so I'm like, don't even.
I keep toying with the idea of making it look like they're sniffing each other's ass and see if my mother-in-law knows.
Don't do that with those deer, though.
No, I won't do it.
We had some deer in the yard that a friend of ours did that.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
We had the white wooden cutout ones that fit together, and we had a friend that would keep he kept rearranging them, so one was mounting the other one in the yard. I don't know whatever happened to those deer. We don't have them anymore, so.
Our yard game's fallen off.
I am seriously thinking about painting the door. Okay. The glass.
I'm down.
I just haven't decided what I want to paint it yet.
I want to get one of those because I used to make nativity scenes with my pop. We build it like a barn, kind of like just a lean-to really, and throw hay at the bottom and throw some hay on top. And we had the classic blow form Jesus and Wiseman and all that. And for a while we had an inflatable, but that got a hole in it, so that didn't work out. But I'd like to get one of those ones. They're expensive as shit, though. Those, I almost feel like I can just buy a piece of plyboard and carve it out.
Yeah, the white ones.
Yeah,
and paint it. You can probably buy the kit to learn how to make it. I'm gonna turn this. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. And we got that.
Yeah, we had to get one little decoration behind us.
Yeah,
that's a mixture of our fall theme and our Christmas.
Yeah,
it's just a blend. But anyway, so and then we watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
We hadn't talked about it yet, but now we are.
That is a classic Logan family tradition on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there's not very many Thanksgiving movies. There's very few that even have Thanksgiving as part of the thing. But that's the pinnacle Thanksgiving movie. Really.
In order for something to be a Thanksgiving movie, does it have to be about Thanksgiving?
I think if it's a pinnacle part of the movie, it doesn't necessarily have to be about Thanksgiving. Because, and we're going to get into this in a future episode, but you don't actually have to have Christmas being the reason why the action is happening. It can take place during Christmas, and Christmas has to be a vital part of it. But they don't have to be we've got to save Christmas or blah, blah, blah.
I know, but you described Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as a Thanksgiving movie. Because the whole movie is driven by the holiday of Thanksgiving.
Right. Well, the meal's trying to get home.
You can't take Thanksgiving out of that movie. It wouldn't mean the same thing.
Absolutely. Because you could swap it out for a different holiday and it would not be the same thing. I am 100% in agreement with you. As a matter of fact, there was a movie that Robert Downey Jr. made with Zach Galifianakis called Due Date, which is essentially Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah. They swapped out Thanksgiving for his child's birth. He's got to make it to blah, blah, blah to be there for his child's birth.
But I mean, the fact that everyone was traveling, the reason they couldn't get where they were going was the weather was bad, and then all of the people who travel Thanksgiving week made it. You can't do that at any other time except for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's the busiest travel week of the year. So
don't get me wrong. This is why it was written that way.
Right.
It was John Hughes. John Hughes.
We had a good discussion about this movie because you didn't like the way it ended.
My problem with the way I love the movie up until the very end, because basically he gets home. Neil comes home. He's got the John Candy with him. I can't think of his character's name right now, but. And they're just home. It's Dad's home. Yeah, hug. That's it. And then it just kind of fades out. And it's like you had this epic journey to get home. I mean, when I say epic journey, if you haven't seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, it's you can buy it off of Amazon Prime Video.
What do you think would have been a more fitting ending, though?
I don't know, just something.
They got home in time for the meal.
I don't know. It just seemed like everybody was just like, "Oh, great, Dad's home." Maybe a little bit more passion that Dad's home.
Like they should have run out in the driveway and like bear hugged him.
Yeah, something. Just
they weren't expecting him.
Yeah, well, and then the wife just seemed like a cold fish compared to you're expecting. I just want to see finally my husband's home. I'm so happy.
I read a story about this, that the movie itself was written and they made the movie with a completely different ending in mind.
Yeah.
Like the focus of the movie was more on
Gil. That's his name, Gil.
Is it Gil?
John Candy.
How can I not remember his name in this movie? But John Candy's character's wife not being alive anymore.
Yeah.
That only comes to in the movie the way it is, you only find that out at the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
But I think the original version, which they cut a lot of because for one, they wanted it to be a funnier movie.
Yeah.
And then they had to cut it for time because it was way too long.
Yeah,
so they cut out a lot of story that I think would have made the context of him coming home make more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anyway, if you haven't seen it and you like 100% Steve Martin and John Candy, you have to see this movie.
No, whoever you are, go watch it.
For anything, if just for one scene where he's trying to rent a car at the airport. I mean, that's my favorite. Probably my favorite scene in any movie. Anytime.
I was reading a little thing about that the other day on IMDb. Edie McClure was the desk person. She was also in Ferris Bueller, so she gets recognized. She's one of those people that you see her.
She plays the same kind of character in every movie.
Right. You see her. She played the secretary for the principal in Ferris Bueller. Mm-hmm. So you see her, you think, okay, I recognize her. You probably don't remember her name, blah, blah, blah. But she says to this day, people still stop and they'll pull out their cell phone and want them to record her telling them she's fucked. Like, you're fucked.
That's so funny.
It's such a great movie.
We've been watching on Hulu Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Still got one episode left.
Is there only one episode left? Okay. Because I got the feeling the last episode we watched, they were kind of wrapping it up. So I wasn't sure if there was more.
No, there's one more.
Okay. That's a really good series too. If you have Hulu, go watch that. So anyway, that's pretty much what we did on Thanksgiving. Decorated a little bit for Christmas. Ate too much. Laid around too much. But that's what Thanksgiving is all about. Yeah. Tilly has really thoroughly enjoyed me being home.
She's had 2 weeks of you being home a lot more.
She has become just an extension of me. Is she down there? No. She actually wanted out. I couldn't believe it. But I can't go anywhere without her on me, at me. And she has a way, we've talked about this a lot, but she has a way of communicating with us.
Oh, 100%. She's got her own language that we speak.
And today I had taken her blanket and I put it on my chair. And then we went and took a nap. And she took a nap with me, climbed under the covers, everything. Then we came back out. I just sat on the blanket and it blew her mind. She was like, wait. She did not know what to do. She was standing on me and staring at me. And then she would then went over and nudge the blanket with her nose. And then she'd stand up on the arm of the chair like she was giving me an out.
That's the international Tilly.
And she just she would not settle down. And I'm like, I'm not putting the blanket on. I'm not putting the blanket on. But she is such a burrowing dog that she would spend all day underneath a blanket if she could.
Yeah. She's very regimented anyway. She does things every night. She wants to go out. And then right after we turn the lights off and everything, she's got to go out right then.
Yeah, she'll go out before we go to bed. And then we usually watch TV for a little bit or listen to a podcast or something. But as soon as we turn everything off and we go to sleep, then she wants to go back out. It's she just has to, make sure everything is still okay.
And then when I get up in the morning, and I get up way earlier than anyone else in the house. I'm usually up about 5 o'clock in the morning. That's just how I'm wired. When I get up, I'll leave the door open a crack in the bedroom because I know Tilly's going to come out. And she does. Some days she stays with me until I get up. Very rarely. But yeah, she'll usually come out and we'll cuddle for a little bit until I got to go to work. and then she'll cuddle in here on her little bed until Kelly gets up or Grandma gets up.
Yeah.
And then she'll get up.
Well, this morning, you only got up like, I don't know, it wasn't much long.
It was like
maybe an hour. 6. And she didn't get up much earlier than me. She was already under the blanket when I came out in the living room.
Yeah.
But she jumps out from under the blanket and she's like jumping up on me like she hasn't seen me in days. Yeah. So the Tilly, it's very sweet. And everybody's like, you wanted a lap dog? I'm like, that's what I got.
Well, I know I always think about that time after Libby died. And we spent a year, almost 2 years with no dog. And we were all just kind of just miserable, really.
Yeah, we have to have a dog in our house. And we've always had big dogs. So to get a little dog was really different. But, oh, man, and now we're like, we can't get another dog because we barely even had to train Tilly to go outside.
Yeah.
She never had an accident in the house. She pretty much taught herself everything she knows. So
she knows how to bark.
She does. She will keep a secret stash of little things that she finds, and she'll bring them to you when you're eating something that she wants.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like running out the door, staying in the yard, like there's none of that, and she barks a lot.
She doesn't get along well with others.
That's true. That's true. She gets along fine with me though. So.
And that's all that matters.
She's my little guard dog for sure. So we really didn't have much else going on this week.
That's it.
Just that. In the start of the Christmas season, bring it on. 2021 has been.
It sucked. I mean, we love talking to you guys because it's therapeutic for us, but and we enjoy doing it. But 2021 has been a bear.
It's been a rough year.
Yeah.
Oh, we did get some good news about the school system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they decided to give us, staff and stuff a bonus before Christmas.
Credit for that, too.
So we'll get a nice little bonus before Christmas, and then another nice little bonus for being in a hard-to-staff position starting in January.
Which it's all got to be hard to staff.
Pretty much every position is hard to staff, but there's like a teacher shortage, a ridiculously serious teacher shortage right now.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to work all day long and get talked back to and yelled at and have your room torn apart. And I mean, the kids, the pandemic, them being out of school consistently and out of school consistently for 2 years has really done some damage to their ability to,
commingle with other people.
Yeah. And I mean, in elementary school, it's difficult, but you get up, like, the stories I hear from people in high schools and what the kids are just cursing the teachers out and the parents, a lot of times just don't instill that value of
respect,
being respectful. And there's always a million excuses. It's never the kid's fault. And then, because we're so short-staffed, a lot of teachers are using their prep time to cover other classes. And so they have no prep time. So which just means they're dragging all that work home, and you have families, so people just don't want to do it anymore. Why would you get into a job like that?
No, I wouldn't.
When you can make twice as much money doing something half as demanding, and I feel like the younger generations of kids are much more adept at like just changing jobs. I'll do this for a little while until I'm not happy with it anymore, and then I'll just quit and find a new job. Like there isn't that same working a job for 20 years or whatever that there is in our generations and higher, I think. They're just used to being, I don't know what it is, but it just, I'll do this for a few years and then I'll find something different to do.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm thinking, first of all, I love teaching. I couldn't walk away from it because I love to do it. I love my time in the classroom with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to figure out how to manage all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I got to a place this past 2 years where I was just like, you know what? I'll just do the best I know how to do. And if something doesn't get done within my work time, it will be there the next day. Like, you prioritize what's most important. And things don't always have to be. For a long time, teachers were in that whole cutesy, everything has to be color coordinated, and you have to have fun little tubs with, you know, all elementary anyway. You know, all these cutesy book nooks, and the room has to look just, the lighting has to be certain. Once you step away from giving a shit about all that stuff, which kids are never going to remember, you have a nice looking bulletin board. My bulletin boards stay the same.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's back. So just that kind of stuff, you just have to, you know, just let go of all that. Do what's most important. Let it go. So anyway, before we finish out our first segment here, I do want to send out an early happy birthday to my nephew, Liam. His birthday is on Monday. He's going to be 17.
Jesus.
Can you believe it? I can't believe it that he's going to be 17. Jennifer, I talked to Jennifer today, and his friends were driving, so they went to the mall and, you know, hung out. I didn't know kids still hung out at the mall.
I didn't think that was a thing either.
But apparently they do. Oh, a guest appearance by Tilly.
Okay.
Just let me give all the kisses first. Hey, stop.
Okay.
Stop it.
No, that's enough. Thank you.
Tilly.
Thank you.
We know you love us. We know. Say hi to all the people. Yeah. Who's that doggy right there? Who's that dog? Where's your blanket?
She don't care.
She was sitting on my lap earlier, and I'm like, you want the blanket? She like, look at me. Oh, are you so tired? Why are you so tired? You're such a good little girl. So yeah, happy birthday, Liam. Have a great one. He's a junior in high school. Halfway through his junior year. So
now the big dances are going to be coming up.
Yeah.
Junior prom. I guess they already had homecoming.
He and Cole worked for Paul Thanksgiving week and made some decent coin. I was impressed. So that might be why they went to the mall. Yeah. So yeah, they're just like, they're not children anymore, you know? It's so weird. Cole is 6 feet.
Jesus.
Yeah. And he's 16, 15? 15. He'll be 16 in May. So crazy. So anyway, happy birthday, Liam. Have a great day. We love you.
Love you, Roy.
I'm sending money to your mom via Venmo, so make sure you hit her up for it. Look for that probably on Tuesday. That's payday. So anyway, our second segment, I think we're going to do...
Not your mama.
Not your mother's dinner party questions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep Tilly hanging around with us here for a little while. Yeah? What do you think? You want to hang around with us? Watch this. All right, so we'll be back with table talk, table topics. Woo! See ya.
And we're back with table topics, not your mama's table topics.
Not your mom's dinner party.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. Question number 1. Would it be worse to discover your teen had thrown a kegger in your house, slept with her boyfriend in your bed, or wrecked your car?
Wrecked the car.
All of those would be equally disturbing to me. Wreck the car just mainly because, you know, you'd hope everybody wasn't hurt. But assuming they didn't get hurt in the car, you'd be more pissed about that?
Yeah.
What if it wasn't their fault?
The odds of it not being their fault is pretty low.
I was in an accident. It was not my fault when I was a teenager. That would bother you
more than
kids. The other two, though?
This is why we don't have kids.
Well, that's true. I would say out of just sheer concern for future choices, the second option would be what I would say was
Worse?
to discover that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want your kid sleeping with her boyfriend in your bed?
No.
No. I could handle like a kegger. You just take steps for that not to happen anymore at your house. You don't let them stay alone. You get a neighbor to watch, whatever. The car thing, you just don't give them a new car, but you can't stop them from the other thing.
Yeah. This is why we don't have kids. Yeah.
I could be completely wrong on that, but oh no.
Oh no. Hold on.
Tilly, you're all the way down there. You could have picked it up.
She's way over there now. She moved the bed out. What's the biggest crime you've committed?
Not going to talk about that on this podcast. What about you?
Right to remain silent?
Yeah,
I'm not big on committing crimes. I think probably can't really think of anything. Yeah, I'm not big on committing crimes.
I mean, as a teenager.
Even as a teenager, I wasn't committing crimes. I guess the only time the cops wanted to bust me was I got in when the wheel come off of my car. I ended up in the median, and this was before cell phones.
That's not committing a crime.
So, the guy was going to give me he was already writing up a ticket for leaving the scene. But I didn't actually get in an accident, and I was walking to go get to a phone because, again, this is long before cell phones. So,
okay.
That's it. I'm a boring guy.
I made a couple poor choices as a teenager.
Yeah.
Which we won't get into.
All right. Moving
My
on.
turn?
Your turn.
Okay. Are we more likely to receive proof of alien life or of God?
Aliens.
You don't think there's proof of God everywhere you look?
As far as there being like definitive proof, like there's always going to be.
Like you see him, he's right there standing in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, is he like just going to show up and say, "Hey, how's it going? Glad I made you." No, but and I get the whole wonder and the splendor of God, and I get it, and I'm not trying to disparage that in any way, but if there are aliens, and it's more likely that they're just going to plop up and show up one day. And some would argue, and we were listening to a guy talk about this on, I want to say it was Megyn Kelly's show, where this guy was talking about the stuff that was released by the government that said that there was these objects that defy explanation, that they couldn't figure out what they were. They were off the coast of California and off the coast of Virginia, about, 200 miles out of the coast, that they were cylinder-shaped things that would just drop thousands of feet in less than a second, which should be impossible, but there they were doing it.
Here's what really surprises me about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I don't believe in God or that I don't believe in alien life, but you are not a big government supporter.
No.
You're not a government guy.
Correct.
So, but they tell you they've seen alien UFOs, and you're like, oh, then I believe it. It has to be real. Can't they just be distracting you, deflecting you away from what's really going on by telling you, oh, we have no idea. These must be alien.
Yeah. Well, I get that, and I'm not disputing that either. I'm just saying if there's going to be definitive proof where a lot of the masses are like, holy shit, this is real, I think God would be
Science will find it.
Science will. I mean, I think it's more likely that aliens are going to show up than God says, I'm here, guys.
I actually
how's it going?
agree with you on that one. I think that you're right. Scientists will discover alien life before they discover God.
Yeah.
I agree.
And scientists have a vested interest in not discovering God.
It's true.
So the alien thing is just cool. It's like you got people hunting friggin' Sasquatch. We were watching a little bit of that the other day just because,
It's just the dumbest stuff.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
come on, people.
It's like fiction television. All right. What's next?
All right. We got, it's upside down. Would you rather be in big trouble with your partner, boss, or mother? For you?
Mother.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
Yeah. She's going to love me no matter what.
Well, there's
The
that.
boss could say, "Yeah, you're fired." The husband can say, "Yep, divorce." My mom's stuck with me. What's she gonna do?
You got no worries about your.
And I'm just saying, like when you talk about those
the
three,
generalities of things.
the two are not necessarily guaranteed to be there.
Okay.
They're and the mom is your mom.
Well, I'm with you on the boss thing. If my boss gets too pissed at me, it's like, okay, well, I guess I
mean, if you got fired, it'd be horrible.
Yeah.
But you'd find another job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to be in big trouble with anybody, but I think did it say, would you rather be? I'd rather be in trouble with my mother than the other two.
Yeah, but your mom's a badass.
She is. Yes, I know. I was raised by her. She don't play. But what I'm saying is I generally don't get in big trouble with her.
Yeah, I don't get in big trouble.
But like, if I were to be in big trouble with somebody.
I saw what my mama did to my brothers.
She loves me. She loves me, and she has to because she's my mom.
Yeah.
So we would work it out.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're a partner. I mean, that could just end.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about that anyway.
No, I mean, I don't. How am I going to get
for
in
our
trouble
specific
with you?
in our specific relationship? That's not really a thing, but I get it.
I mean, I might spend too much money.
Yeah.
But not like you ever give me shit about it. No. But you don't give me shit about anything, so.
Because I can deal with it.
Well, then I change my answer.
Since I'm going to get off so easily with this wuss here.
Yeah, then I choose you. No, but, Yeah,
I get what you're saying. As a general rule.
What about you?
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to have my mom pissed off at me again, but that, I don't care if my boss is pissed at me. I mean, if I get fired, I'll find another job. I'll work at the.
Now, are they talking about like just the letting down of a person? But it just said in big trouble. So
yeah. I've been in big trouble at work. There was a situation that I messed up. Didn't even realize it until after the fact, and they showed it to me. That's the thing
too about work.
Yeah.
If you just own up to your mistakes and admit you were wrong about whatever happened, generally things go much better.
Oh, that works out.
Just like I tell my kindergartners, just be honest with me. I can work with you if you're being honest. But if you start lying and trying to twist it around.
I garnered a lot of respect from my boss when she was telling me that I messed up, and I listened to this call where I messed up. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And she was like, all right, well, don't let it happen again. You got to work in the building for 6 months. And then they gave me time off for good behavior. So I was like, all right. So still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is it worse to discover your fly is down, spinach is in your teeth, or toilet paper is stuck to your shoe?
Fly. Because I'd be swinging.
I mean,
no.
That's kind of a lame question. Yeah. I think I'm going to pick a new question. I don't like that question.
Just grab it.
I'm picking a new one because that's just silly. Is this the front?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask it right now.
Sure.
Have you ever lied about your age? Kevin doesn't even know how old he is.
Now, I've had teenagers guess like I was in my 50s. This was like a decade ago. They're like, are you 50? I was like, I want to beat the shit out of you. But I didn't.
You never lied. I know the answer to this already, but you never lied that you were older than, like you were 21 when you weren't 21.
How kids want to like, oh, I don't want to get carded, or I hope, when I come of age, I don't have to do I never wanted to drink before I was 21. And then when I turned 21, people didn't card me because I looked like I was 30. So it didn't matter.
I don't never lie about my age either.
Yeah. And like you said, half the time I can't remember how old I am anyway. I got to ask you all the time.
We, at school, my best friend, Robin, is my teacher assistant. And one of the kids asked me how old I was. And I said that I was 50 because I'm not going to not answer them. And they said, well, how old is Mrs. Wilkerson? And I said, well, I don't know. You'd have to ask Mrs. Wilkerson that question. And so the kids was like, I think she's 90. I'm like, wait, you think she's older than I am? Like, that's ridiculous. She was like, oh my God.
And she was like, my back.
And then I think some kid chimed in with some really young age just to make her feel good. But
that's smart of that kid. That kid's a mastermind.
I mean, I remember when I taught second grade, I asked the kids to guess what year I was born in, and that was a mistake because they were like 18. I'm like, oh my God. No, the kids just don't know.
Yeah.
You know. And I have gray hair, so that throws them anyway. But they're like 50. My mom's only 27. I'm like, I know.
Well, your mom's a
I'm
little
twice
whore.
as old as your mother.
Well, your mom's a whore.
Kevin, never say that. I never say that.
Should though. What would be one good thing about being the opposite sex?
That is just a weird question.
Like, what do you think would be great about being
the best benefit of being a man?
Yeah.
Not having to deal with that monthly bullshit that goes on?
Probably.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no cramps, no bleeding, no headaches, no, bitchiness.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. Not to have childbirth, not to have to do that.
I got no answer.
You'd get paid more. You'd get paid more for doing the same amount of work.
I've got no answer for this. I really don't.
You can't think of one thing.
Not really.
Come on.
Seriously.
Who is it that said, I don't know how y'all don't just play with those all day long?
Oh, with the titties? Yeah. Well, I guess there'd be that, but I mean.
When they're yours, it's not fun to play with them.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess there is the inherent advantage.
I guess he doesn't want to take less money for doing the same job, or.
I think the only real advantage would be like if you're single and you just have the urge, you can go to any bar and just have to wait. You know, a guy doesn't have that option, but a woman.
What do you mean?
Like if a guy goes to a bar and he's looking for that type of action,
yeah,
he's got to work for it. All the woman's got to do is wait. Sooner or later. I mean, I'm serious. That's really the.
So the women just have to stand there, and the men bring the sex to them. Yeah, that's such a high honor.
You know, it's just a matter of time. You know, is it midnight or is it 2 a.m.? Sooner or later, it's gonna happen. I've been in enough bars and seen it happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
It's a lame question too.
It is a lame question.
All right.
This is not as good as the couples one.
Should insurance benefits be extended to domestic partnerships? Yeah. Absolutely 100% yes. And the fact that it wasn't from the get-go is stupid. Of course. These are lame questions. I think we should switch boxes.
Yeah, we should.
Not only should insurance benefits, but like you should be able to, if something were to happen to me right now, you would become my automatic beneficiary. Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah.
Same. Like when you're in a legal partnership, and it should have been legal for same-sex people years before it became legal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care if you want, if you're in a marriage, then all the same rules should apply.
No argument for me.
I don't care if you want to get married to 3 or 4 people. I have no problem with that.
Now, the only issue there is that they all are aware. And
yeah, I mean, you can't like have secret families. That I'm not supporting that.
Yeah.
But like, if you have sister wives and everybody's in there in that situation willingly, and they can leave willingly if they want to, I have no problem with it. Let live and let live. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Just be happy.
No argument for me. That's my tenement of life.
Mm-hmm. Love is love, right?
That's right. At what age were you in the best shape? Rounds of shape?
What age? 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been in great shape.
I mean, I was probably an average size baby.
No, I wasn't even an average size baby. There's no baby pictures of me, by the way.
Yes, there are. I've seen some.
You've seen what? One? I was an ugly baby.
That's not true. And whoever told you that was mean.
Mm-hmm.
Someone had to have told you that.
Mm-hmm.
No such thing. Oh, is it better to stay married for the kids?
No.
No.
Because the kids know. If you're not, again, we don't have kids, so we don't have to worry about it.
But I am allowed to have an opinion on this, even though I don't
absolutely.
have kids.
If you're in a toxic relationship and you're arguing all the time and it's like really bad arguing or even violent, then you need to get shot in the face anyway if you're violent. But if you're just in a real toxic relationship,
fix violence with violence.
The kids aren't a great reason to stick together because actually the kids would probably think, well, this is more of a punishment to me than anything else.
Not only that, but it models for your children that's what you should have to put up with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the girls end up thinking that that's what love looks like.
Yeah.
Even if you're not physically violent or fighting in front of the children, if you are not a happy person, they know it.
Yeah.
And then they internalize that this is what a happy marriage looks like or a successful marriage looks like. And then in their future relationships, that's what they think it is. So here's the thing. If you're not happy, be a grown adult. I mean, I'm not advocating for divorce. I'm really not.
No.
But like, if there is no other way, at the very least, coexist for your children.
Yeah.
Don't make things difficult. Don't make your kid's kindergarten teacher have to schedule 2 conferences because you can't stand to be in the same room for a 15-minute conversation.
Or how about this one? Saying. Before you have kids, know that this is the person that you can't live without.
Well, people change. I mean,
I guess, but
people change, and especially if you're having kids, you're having it young in life. I'm not saying
maybe they're having kids too young in life.
I'm not saying divorce at the first sign of trouble, but definitely don't stay there just because of the kids.
Yeah.
They'll be better off, and if you handle it right. But then that's the tricky part. How do you handle it right?
How do you handle it?
Yeah. I watch a lot of Dr. Phil.
Somehow or another, I got an extra card.
No, I picked one, remember?
Oh, yeah. What restaurant has the worst food?
What restaurant has the worst food? I don't really want to say that because, there's a restaurant around here that we've gone to. Now, I've never actually been in it. We've only started going there since the pandemic. I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant. But the guys in the house like it, and I have never gotten anything from there that I like.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We had them just the other night.
I'm trying to think what it was.
You had wings.
Oh.
Yeah, I just don't.
Okay, I get you.
Greasy. Yucky. I don't know. I don't want to say the name of the place because a lot of my friends I know like it. And so,
okay.
There
you go. I remember Jake's being horrible, but they're gone now.
Yeah, they're gone.
Jake's, we used to call it Jake's Shitacue.
You called it Jake's Shitacue.
I called it that too.
Because of you.
Yeah.
Jake's Barbecue and General Booth. Yeah, they weren't.
But they're gone.
They're gone. We can talk about them. They're not there anymore.
So, generally, if I don't like it, the food, I won't go back. There's 3 criteria that I look for with a restaurant. I gotta like the food. The service has got to be at least decent. Can't be, you don't necessarily have to be great, but you got to be decent, and it's got to be comfortable. So there's a restaurant across the street, whiskey kitchen. Food's excellent. I'll tell you right now, food is fantastic, but it's a pain in the ass to park, and it's not comfortable to sit there.
Their seats are like these little wire, and they're made for less wide people.
Yeah, so we don't go. The food's great, service is great, but if I can't sit there and be comfortable, then no, I'm not going back. Simple. Being the biscuit, same thing. The food's good. But it's so cramped.
That place gives me anxiety.
Oh my God.
It's so cramped in there. Yeah.
You got a juggernaut my way out, and that just frightens the old people that are in there.
I don't like to be cramped in. So there's a breakfast place we go to on occasion that is a very comfortable restaurant. It's roomy and you don't feel cramped in there. It's never very busy. But the food is not great.
How's that?
Again, I just don't want to say.
Okay. But that does
because we go there on occasion. It's just not my favorite place to go.
Okay. All right.
Just the last few times I went there, it was like. But I think it's a pandemic issue.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, a lot of restaurants are struggling with that because they can't get the help. And so, yeah.
So anyway, that's that. Unless you're out of questions, I'm out of questions. Not great questions this week, my friends. They were kind of lame-o questions. We need to stick to the couples pack. No.
Yeah.
We've been going a while here. So yeah, we're at 28 minutes, but I know the first 6 minutes was just us getting ready.
Yeah.
So I'll be cutting all that out. All right, TikTok of the week. Can we put that TikTok that I sent you this morning? The lady in the, because I just thought that was really funny. All right, so we will see you all next week for the very first December. It'll be December 4th. Mm-hmm. 3 weeks away from Christmas. Holy moly.
Holy moly.
All right, y'all. Have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Pamela Pepkin, and you're about to do Pamela Pepkin's holiday workout. Pick up the star, put it on the tree. Pick up the star, put it on the tree. Pick up the star, put it on the tree. It's Christmas time for you and me. Sit on Santa's lap. Sit on Santa's lap. Sit on Santa's lap. And ask Santa for a six-pack. Run with the reindeer, run with the reindeer, run with the reindeer. Freeze. Run with the reindeer, run with the reindeer, run with the reindeer. And squeeze.